All right, as always, here's the risk disclosure. Trading futures is risky. Know what you're doing before you do it, and you can lose all your money. Also, this live stream is not financial advice. It is for educational purposes only, and the live stream is not intended to copy my trades. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Good to see all of you and talk to you again. Been a couple weeks. As you can see on the bottom right there, today I'm going to do this fresh 25K challenge. So I'll keep the account balance displayed and ticks. Let's see here. Yeah, I did. How's everybody doing? Hope y'all had a great New Year, great Christmas. Yep. Good morning. Good morning. All right, let me just make sure I have everything situated here. Okay. Yeah, this morning has been really good. The market's been moving. That's why I'm actually a few minutes late. Because if you look at this simplicity here, this move, I took this move, this simplicity long, all the way up on my other account. So that was a nice one. All right, so I'll be doing one contract, one mini on this account. I will be copying it to my other accounts, my trades here. So let's have a look at, let me make sure my magnets, dynamic magnets and flux levels are freshened up here. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. And for anybody that's not familiar with how I trade, if there's anybody new, this is the Apex Sniper system. This is what I trade, what I've always traded. And let's see, we do have, we technically have a long here with simplicity, but we have this gap level and wall we're trying to see if we can break from. And there's a cluster on the 30 tick chart here. As you can see, this level was a pretty good level here, right? We got a ZOI back here, clusters, another ZOI, Paul, mini magnet right under this flux, and that's a 0.25 deviation here. So laid a magnet, push up. We do have a nice little range on the 30 tick right now. 50 tick chart. We have this move down. Now we're on a third bar here. So let's see if we go into a 50 tick chop or if it goes up or which way it goes. So right now, just kind of waiting to see what happens here. Yeah, so let me see if I can do this. Let's see. Check this out. That was that simp this morning. I funded another 50K account just this morning, right here on that simp. And if y'all saw Friday, I funded a 60K, I mean 60, a 50K account as well. So what I did is, I'm not going to lie, with these 90% sells, I'm trading very heavy. Not this 25K. I'm doing this 25K with one contract, this challenge, but those two evals that I funded on Friday and this morning, I went pretty heavy, 5-6 contracts on them, and took some nice simplicity runs. So, all right, so we're still, yeah, man, risky $18 eval. I go heavy on those babies, but yeah, any other time I do way less. On 50K, I'm typically at 2 contracts, but this 25K, definitely 1 contract. Yeah, so on those evals, I basically went 2.5 times. And then on a pullback LRE, I'll add more contracts to it too. So at one point, I will be in those with 10 contracts. But I'm well into profit when that happens. All right, so basically right now, we're trying to see if we're kind of chopping here. Trying to see if we could break this and continue long. If you look left on the 30-tick chart, right where we are, where this mini magnet, when price broke this mini magnet, it pulled back down to it and kind of had a little bit of a chop, coil chop here. So we are breaking long now. Let's see. These might make another run back up here to the deviation and this kind of top of this simplicity range here. Right up in this area. So if I get a pullback LRE, I may take it, try to take it up there. We do have triple clusters on the 10 tick now. Sheesh, she may make it up there without giving us a pullback. I want to have taken this one back here because it didn't go far enough for me. This one where it pulled back here to this wall, it didn't really go long far enough for me to feel comfortable with that and then have to break through that. Yeah, so, okay, we got a Lorex short here. Not saying it's one I would take, but I look for those because if I'm going to take an LRE against it, then I'm always cautious. Look at that. Price just popped right up to that area. No pullback. On days like this, too, you got to be a little bit careful with LREs because you can get caught chasing. And low risk entry is what that stands for, LRE. as basically a pullback of this trend. But yeah, you can get caught chasing. Like right now, I probably won't take an LRE because at the 30 tick chart, we're right back hitting this top. And we got a trapped orders, exhaustion box, Paul on top of these double ZOIs here. If this bar closes down, that'll be pretty much right where my entry for an LRE would be, 1104.25. So 1104.25 right in, yeah. So if that bar closes down, then I get in long. I wouldn't want that because it very well could just shoot back down. It'll probably tease a really nice LRE too, right in that area. But that's the thing. I mean, I would prefer this to just continue long, but that's the thing with this type of day where you have simplicity. Seeing that's what happened down here. It just goes on this little run, and then it pulls back. I mean, this may have worked for a few points, but like right now, I mean, you have a pretty clear top and bottom right now. And then, if you look back, this move started at about 082, so we're at about 30 points up. So if I take a pullback, I can't really expect it to run for too much longer than that, pre-market anyways. And right now, see, this is getting to an LRE, but I really don't like this setup on the 30 tick. To take it back long may work, but I don't like going against this right here. And then even on the 50 tick, we're at the top right here right in this area. So I don't trust it. And that's why I didn't trust it. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, that's a Lorex on the 10 and on the 30. Look at that. Cluster, trapped Xbox, Paul, OPR, short. And anytime I've seen a Lorex on the 30, that sucker goes down at least a couple bars. So if this simplicity goes short, we technically do have an early entry simplicity short here. I mean, this may run all the way back down. And we have a clearly defined range on the 30, on the simplicity chart, right? Top, bottom. If this makes its way heading down, I would be okay with taking an LRE short to head back down before it hits this area. Yeah, Dan. I started paying attention to those because I would put the Lorex indicator on the 30 tick, but that would probably take too much resources. But man, when I see a Lorex on the 30 tick, see, now we have they usually go down, go in that direction a couple bars. And there it is, 2 bars. Which, is 30 ticks. All right. right, heading back down to this wall gap level area where we chopped at a little bit ago. So now I would be, that's another thing I'll be looking for. If it hits this area and gives me an LRE, just gotta be a little cautious to make sure it doesn't chop. So you can see it right there to the left, this nice little choppy area. A pullback LRE at these walls would not be a bad idea. If you look left, we have a couple ZOIs from the 30 tick there. Then we have all those clusters from the 10 tick. It could come up to this area, which is 11,100, and bounce down. Or not pull back at all. Like I said, the other thing too with these type of days where simplicity just goes and don't really give you a pullback, you can't get, frustrated or say I'm missing out on so much, because that'll just tear you up if you're taking LREs. If you're taking simplicity, I mean, man, there's some beautiful moves today. But y'all know I like my low risk. See, the only issue about taking an LRE now is it's trying to set up a mini magnet on the 30 tick on top of this wall, right above this wall. I don't necessarily love that, but... And there's a mini magnet. I may take this anyways off that area. Let's see if I missed it. Just waiting for it to pull back a little more. If it pulls back up to this wall, I'll probably take it short. Yeah, I missed that one. I almost hopped in right here at 95.75 where it pulled back. I was waiting to see if it would pull back just a little bit more to this area right here where you see this mini magnet wall and this mini magnet. But, oh well. All right, I won't take an LRE now because we have this little spaced gapped mini magnet here on top of this wall that it could push back up now if it pulls up. Unless if it comes up to this area where this mini magnet and wall is up here and sets up something really nice on top of it, then I may take it short. But as of now, it looks like it's trying to kind of create this little bottom right here, this little floor. And we have a cluster on the 30 tick right now too, so right there on our bar, on our current bar. Yeah, if I would have gotten this one, that would have been 95. Man, that would have been almost 10 points, 9 points. If I would have tightened up at the wall, could have gotten at least 30 ticks out of that one. But I was a little bit hesitant, and I was slightly unsure if I liked it. So the rule is just skip it if you hesitate or unsure. For me, anyways. Just wait for the next one. Yeah, see, like right now, another LRE about this area. Then we got to go back down through these clusters through this. So nothing's really setting up. We do have a star low volume score 5. But nothing else really setting up with that. There's no ZOI, no trapped Xbox, nothing. So just going to let this one go. Not to mention there's that cluster on the 30 tick too. So my rule, no trade with a cluster on the 30 tick. Especially if there's a cluster below like this and price is pushing up. I don't want to take a short back into that cluster because it could come back down to this cluster, bounce around a little bit and pop up depending on if, there's buyers or sellers right there. Yeah, the simplicities that I mean, there's so many fake outs too, but I really just look, and that's why I don't take simplicity entries itself 90+% of the time. Every now and then I'll see one where I'm like, okay, if this breaks this level, it's going to go because it's maybe tested it 3, 4, 5 times, a stack or something that finally busts it. Then it's like, all right, it's going to go if it gives simplicity with this and everything aligns. That's the only time I take them. But yeah, I'm the same way too because I mean, this way too with the low risk entry, you just have a set stop amount and you just, it's really defined. So that's why I like it a lot. And I did that. I don't know if y'all remember when I first started streaming live. I think it was like the end of October, or beginning of November. I was taking simplicity entries and I'd have a few days, and this happens to most people, a few days of, oh man, good trade. And then you'll get that day where everything's a fake out and it just kills you. There's no news to watch out for, so hoping all the movement didn't already come to pass from earlier. But this 25K challenge I'm doing just like I normally do all my evaluations. It's going to be slow. That's why I'm doing 25K as well. That way it doesn't take forever. Most of my evaluations take around 30 days on average when I'm trading them with the proper risk and everything. So only doing one contract. So let's see here. I need $1,500 divided by 5 ticks. So I need 300 total ticks. I usually get somewhere around 40 to 50 a day. So I mean, that's still not a long time if I hit my profit goal every single day. But we all know that doesn't happen. So and I don't get a trade every single day either. We'll see what 2023 has in store for us. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of uncertainty. We do have a simplicity long going right back up into that area. This would be the third hit. Back here to the left, we hit it, came back down, hit it, came back down. Now if we can make a run and hit it again, maybe it'll break through. And if it breaks through, I'll definitely be looking for a pullback to take a long off the top of that. And that's how I try to look ahead to where I know pretty much the areas of entry that I'm looking for. So if it breaks through, looking for an entry, I need it to break through convincingly. I don't need it to barely break through and give a fake out. So I need it to pull up, definitely break through the deviation, which is here. So I would need this thing to go at least 130 or so. And then pull back and give me a long off of it. If it doesn't go up, then yeah, I just need this thing to come way down. So we have a nice big range. So I have quite a bit of room to work with there. Morning, Nikita. Not so far since I've been streaming here. I did take a nice long earlier back here. Got this entire run, basically. But nothing since I've been streaming. Morning, morning. We do have some HD building up on the 10 tick here. Happy New Year. Hope you're doing great. Hope you had a great New Year. So because I think this is going to come back up and test that area and maybe break it since it's on the third try, I might, and it hasn't made it up there yet, I may take an LRE off this wall to go long with this HD. Well, it's technically at an LRE. The bar, let's see. We do have this cluster here. Let's see if this works. If it can come run up to this dynamic magnet up in this area, then I'll tighten up. This one may or may not work, but it has, this is more of a read. I think I'm going to jump behind this wall right here, just in case if it wants to come down and tap this wall. But it has HD here on the 10. I'm hoping that holds up. And I really think it's going to come back up and test this and possibly break through it. since it didn't reach it the third time. Let's see. Let's see if I'm right. If it pops up and hits that dynamic magnet, then I'll at least move to break even and see if it'll bust or tighten up. We'll see. There's a cluster here on the 10. Maybe setting up a trapped Xbox there, but it's struggling, so this one might not work. Oh, we might get a Lorex long. That'd be great. Let's see if it can push up. Might lay a mini magnet on the 30 tick as well. That'd be awesome too. I would need that bar to close at 111, 116 though, which is way up there. Let's see. It's quite a bit of struggle. There we go. I'm going to tighten up to the dotted line, dashed line here just in case. If it can't break this dynamic magnet, I might get knocked out, but this one's a little bit not so great. So I'm just seeing if this busts through, but I want to at least secure some profit here. Yeah, I'll take it. 13 ticks on that one. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't extremely confident it'll bust through. I think it will, but I didn't want to. I wanted to at least secure some profit on this. So I was tighter than I should have been. The best thing would have been to just drop my stop at and leave it at break even. But hey, grab 13 ticks on it. It works for me. That's all right. Still think it's going to bust through, but it may take a minute. Make sure all my accounts are closed and got that trade. Yeah, see, there it goes. Look at that. Look at my 10 tick. I don't know if y'all can see this, but it got me out literally to the tick. Don't y'all hate that? It came down and knocked me out to the tick and then busted through. Darn market. Nice, Dan. Good job. If I would have gotten the entry back, let's see, let me pull up simplicity. If I would have gotten the entry back a little bit lower down here, because see, I got in here and it still pulled back a little bit more. If I would have gotten in closer around this area, then I would have felt better about just leaving it at break even. But that's all right. Oh, so forgot to mention this. I'm actually working on a money management tool. It's being developed, and I think I'm making it for myself, but I think it's going to be a great tool that you can have on your chart to help with money management. So I'm very excited about that. hopefully within the next week or two, it'll be ready. Yeah, a little bit of a messy simplicity long here. And that's why I liked, I still think it's going to pop through, but I don't know. We on 30 tick, we do have some potentially trapped orders and an exhaustion box. But this mini mani here, this one did close up, so it's telling me this should push through. Will it have enough? I don't know. Went a little bit higher. If this bar closes down, though, we will have a power play 1. Because 44% went up just a little higher than the last one. About a tick higher. So we'll see. But yeah, this simplicity here, that's why I felt like it's the third try to get there, and it got really close, but it didn't get there. Pulled back, then coming back to it, third try, this should bust right through, but feels like price kind of just died. Yeah, the simplicity entry would have been right here at about 106.50.75. This is where it's finally both angled up and it broke that bar. So it wasn't great. Price action is just a little messy, a little choppy right now. There we go. Now it's busting through. So either way, even if I would have held onto this and not gotten knocked out where I did, I would have still gotten knocked out because I typically don't trail the solid line like you normally do. I trail tighter. So even though this pulled up, I would have been either behind the ZOI or behind this dynamic magnet, and I would have gotten knocked out either way. So I really am not missing out on too much more. Maybe another 7 to 10 ticks, which is great, but yeah. Now we're running. Like I said, if it breaks that area, I need it to go up higher. I need it to really break this. Come up in this 130 plus area and then pull back. There you go. That's the quote I was looking for. When in doubt, stay out. I was struggling with that earlier. I was looking for that quote. And the reason why I wouldn't take an LRE, I mean, this is a nice area to bounce to take an LRE off of, but that deviation is there, and we know deviations could cause some chopping and some ugliness, but man, that's just a nice area to take a long off of. The 30 tick DR down here is really high. Even though we're at 59%, it's really high. If this pulls back to that deviation, I may have to. Well, there's a Lorex short now. I was gonna say I may have to take this long. just because it took 3 tries to break that area. And so if it pulls back to it, it's probably just going to test it and continue long. If we can get some HD with it, that'd be great. I hate taking trades around the deviation level. We don't have HD. If we had some HD, kind of can't really see the number there, but it's definitely not triple digits. So we would need it to pull back to this ZOI. Okay, there we go. You got some HD on it, but it didn't quite pull back to the ZOI, so it may still want to come down and test the ZOI. So at this point, I'm not going to take a long off of this. I don't want it to continue long further. Especially simplicity is crossing back over. So if we get a reset and then it goes long, that'd be much better. Yeah, Jeff, if you have to talk yourself into a trade, then it's probably not that great. Yeah, market's a little just kind of hesitant and just kind of just lost its steam. Maybe it had all its moves earlier and just kind of hanging around waiting for the open now. We'll see. See if I can get one more. I'll probably just take one more if one comes up because I'm up 13 ticks. So if the next one loses, I'm only down around 2 ticks for the day, depending on, slippage or whatever. And I'd be fine with that. But if I win, then that'll be all for me for the day too. So basically, if I get one more trade, that'll be the day for me. Bye, Brandy. Have a great one. Have a good day. Yeah, probably, Jeff. It's it's the first day back, after first day of the new year. So I wouldn't be surprised if some people kind of want to see what the open happens and what happens today and kind of try to get more of a feel for the new year and a direction or whatnot. So it's not much indication on anything right this second. This bar has a lot of orders in it. Look at that. Pretty stacked up there. Oh, yeah. Did you see that gap last night? Man, opened up a nice gap, and then it filled it quick, too. Just ran down. Let me see if I can scroll back to that. Look at that. There was that open gap. Big old gap. And then price just ran down, filled that gap, pulled back up to it. And now, yeah, like you said, price is right at that open gap. Well, it actually gave a amazing simplicity run with that short. Right after the gap, right after the open, it went up a little bit, and then it just short, gave a simplicity short, and it just went. I mean, like 100 points fast. All right. What are we doing here, market? Are we going to go short? We're going to break back through? Hitting that 9 a.m. volume. A little 9 a.m. push coming in now. We have a lot of volume compared to last few weeks. We're at 145,000, a little over 145,000 in volume. Liquidity looks pretty good. Just see if this market picks back up before I have to get off of here in about 15 to 20 minutes. It may go short here. It might have came back up to test that open gap and come back down.
Potential setup A on NQ. Trapped orders with exhaustion box on NQ. Setup A on NQ.
There we go. We have a simplicity short below those ZOIs. Right here. See, we had the angle down here, broke it, but I wouldn't have jumped in this till it broke that ZOI. Stop would be right up here. Might as well put it behind the wall. So that would be about a 10-point stop. Now let's see if we can make a move down and catch a low-risk entry pullback. And again, for anybody that is new to my channel or watching this stream, this is the Apex Sniper system. I'm doing a 25K challenge. And Usually takes me around 30 days to complete an evaluation. But with my trading, with doing one mini on a 25K account, on a perfect scenario, I could get it funded in 6 to 7 days. Of course, we know it's never perfect. So I would expect this to last for, definitely a few weeks. And hopefully I can take this to get funded live. That'd be nice. On the bottom right, you'll see I'll keep the account balance there, my tick, profit or loss for the day, because I look at everything in terms of ticks and not dollars. I'm only keeping the dollar amount there for the purpose of this 25K challenge, so everybody can keep track. Do have a little bit of a pullback here for an LRE. Hasn't really gone far enough for me, but it would be testing the bottom of those ZOIs. It didn't pull back enough anyways. So I would like this to pull back here. Before it hits this mini magnet here, I would like to get an entry up in this area and take it at least down to the mini magnet, or go ahead and bust this and pull back and take it off of that. That's what I'm looking for right now. Have a 15 tick stop from my entry, and I don't put a profit target. I just trail the price, and I tighten up at certain targets, certain areas. That way, if it wants to just run away, I will run away with it. Since I've been doing that, that's changed so much in my trading as well. It's helped a lot. Because I used to go for 20 to 25 tick targets. All right, let's see if I want to take this. If it pulls back here, kind of don't like the ZOI and cluster it laid, but let's see if it pulls back and has some something to go with it. I would need it to come up to about this mini magnet and Paul right here. Hasn't pulled back enough for me. Got double clusters here. Ooh, glad I didn't jump in that. The double clusters is what kept me out. As soon as it pulled up here, double clusters, stayed out. That is why I didn't hit my button. I was so close to jumping in that short, but it double clustered right before it shot up. So thank you, double cluster, because that would have blown right through my stop and knocked me out. Now it'll probably come back down. But let's see, because I would have been in at 112, about 112.50, and it ran up. Yeah, I would have gotten knocked out of that. So I'm so glad that cluster popped up right before I hit the button to jump in. I wish I could have said it earlier, but that happened fast. That's also why I encourage everybody to not try to copy my trades, because sometimes they're quick, sometimes there's a lag on here, and if you're trying to follow what I'm doing, it may not always work out. I have to say that for full disclosure. All right, Simplicity's trying to go long again. This price action today or since I've been on here, has been pretty weird. From the looks of it, I may end at a 13 tick profit on the day. We'll see. All right, Vegas. Have a great day. Good job on that. You got one scalp, one NQ, and one RTY. Nice. Great way to start. Yeah, Vegas. 90% ending tonight. That's why, like I said at the beginning of the stream here, that I got two of those, a couple of those accounts, and traded them really heavy. Traded my normal way, just a lot more contracts. All right, it's trying to bust up, go long. Let's see. We're getting pretty close to dark zone, so Yeah, you see, I really don't like the price action today. So you can see how it just stalls, and then pops. I hate trading when that happens because what has happened to me many times, as you can see, it took forever. It was going. It pops up. Well, when it pulls back, it could start pulling back slow, and gets to where my entry is. And then boom, shoot down. Kind of like what happened back here. It's going down. And then it's pulling up a little bit, pulling up. And I was looking like, okay, I'll take a short off of here and then pop. So I hate days like that. Because of that, and it's already 9:15, I'm going to wrap up with my 13 ticks on the day and just call it a day. And then come back tomorrow and for day 2 and see how that goes. Let's see. Grab a little screenshot here. Yeah. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. 100% for 2023. But all right, well, I appreciate everybody's stopping by and hope you all have a great day. I'll be back tomorrow morning, same time for day 2. And for those of you trading, as always, trade well, everybody. Take care.